Hello, everyone. Hi. How are you? I am Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole. Welcome in. Hey, Ice Bunny. Ice Bunny, how are you? I see you. Oh, what? The name game. Come on, everybody. I said, let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fana, and fo. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain. Then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Krellin, 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 bobellin, banana, fana, fo, felon, fee, fi, mo, melon. Krellin. Thank you for the resub, Krellin. It says here that you got your Twitch Prime. Nice. Thank you for spending your Twitch Prime on me. It is much appreciated. Hey, B Boodle, how are you? Madonna. Oh yeah, this is a Madonna t-shirt. I got this. I went to see Madonna in concert like 3 years ago, maybe. I think it was my gift for getting tenure. I went and I saw Diana Ross and also Madonna in the same summer. And this was her Rebel Heart tour. And it was my first time seeing Madonna live, and it was amazing. There were so many dancers. There were amazing costumes. The lighting was phenomenal. She was in really great voice. It was a really huge show. And you know, I haven't been to a lot of really big shows, you know, like giant shows. Is she actually already a grandmother? Good for her. I've been to like mid-level shows and small shows, but I hadn't been to like a lot of really big ones. I went to like Guns N' Roses and a big festival, but like this was huge. It was really, really good. Krellin, don't die. Don't die. Ice Bunny, why did you kill Krellin with a meatball? It's the worst. Hey, Javai, and also B Boodle, and Ice Bunny. So, she's just the age of one. I suppose that's true. So I have to tell you all something. I have news for you. So first off, you know, starting at 6:30, but that's because I had a bunch of errands to do. And that was, I also did a whole bunch of email. I spent like 3 hours doing email. I probably have another 3 hours more email to do because it's spring break. And in spring break, what do? You do email. But look, I have to tell you all something really exciting. So look, I have exciting things to tell you. And I want to share these exciting things with you because I think you'll be excited. At least I'm excited. Right? B Boodle, I've been so productive. Not only did I do like 3 hours worth of email today, but I also went to the dry cleaners. I went to the mail. I picked up, yesterday I picked up mail that I had at my office, and then I set up I have a third monitor now. So, Krellin, don't be dead. So I have a third monitor now, which I hope will be really good for Night Witches on Saturday. I actually set up my other webcam, which you cannot see right now, but I can show it to you. Wait, look. So this is the other, you're gonna see my microphone in the way, but I'll move it. So this is the other, so here's the other camera. This is the 922C. It's the Logitech super fancy camera that's apparently better than all the cameras and certainly should be better than my what do you call it, built-in iMac Pro camera. But this is my other camera, and this is my Mac camera. Show the corner cam. I'm back. Right, so I set up everything. I have to do work on the overlay stuff, but I mean, I've done a lot of stuff, including laundry, and that was really good. But guess what I want to share with you all? Oh, before I share the thing I want to share with you all, I should tell you as well that our giveaway for today will be Metal Gear Solid 5. I've got like 3 codes that are all attached into that space, so I'm very excited about giving that away. Oh, and we're playing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine today. This is session 12. We're going to be very productive and talk to all the people. Oh, I should have a piece of paper so I can take notes. So that we, you know, so that we are productive, so that we do well today. But now Krellin is decomposing. So guess what, everyone? So I did all the things, right? So you know about the giveaway for today, and you know that we're doing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, and you know you can see me next on Saturday at noon on time. And playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and then at 6 p.m. Eastern time for Night Witches, the second to last episode. And I promise you, Ivanova is going to die. I mean, she's going to die. I just haven't found a good moment to kill her yet. Yeah, it does. It does have, the new camera does have this sort of blank spot of wall because you're looking at the camera in the corner. And you know, I don't know what I've got a backdrop that I could put up there if I wanted to. I've got things. I don't know if this really is a better quality camera, but I've been told that it is, but I'm not worried about it right now. I mean, I'll work it out. It'll be fine. So this is what I want to tell you. I have a surprise that I'm so excited about. I'm so excited. Guess what? So there's been this thing that I've wanted for years, that I've wanted for so many years, but I couldn't find one, right? Like I was looking for a thing and I couldn't find it. What I was looking for was a megaphone, not the electric megaphones, bullhorns, also known as bullhorns. I wasn't looking for a bullhorn. Not one of those. That's not what I wanted. Guess what? Chicken butt. Guess why? Chicken thigh. I was looking for an old school megaphone, like the old megaphone that crooners would use when they were singing back before we had microphones. So crooners would often like we didn't really get the microphone until by the way, we're going to talk music right now before we start the game. It's just a thing that's going to happen, you know, because I have this thing I want to share. So the microphone, as we know, it really doesn't come into effect really until 24. And, you know, it takes a little bit of time to sort of propagate everywhere. Before 1924, people are still doing all of their recording using acoustic means. And when they're performing, you know, just belting out their tunes. But in the 20s, probably starting in the late teens, but really the 20s, I saw this video today of a trombonist riding a motorcycle, and you think you hear the engine droning down the street, but when you go by the camera, it's just the trombone. Oh, that's amazing. Krellin, could you put that in our Discord? Because I want to see that video. It sounds amazing. So, right in the teens and 20s, there developed a new style of singing called crooning, which was all about singing. Now, here's the thing. So interesting, right? People think of crooning as something that you could only have once you had the microphone. So with crooning, it's an intimate style of singing where, because before crooning, you would belt out tunes like I want to play. No, but we're going to talk music just for a little bit though. Just a little bit, Javai. So, before crooning, right? Sorry, before microphones, singers had to belt out their tunes pretty loudly. So you get something like like Sophie Tucker, right? Amazing belter, right? And she would sing, you know, like, some of these days you're gonna miss me, honey. Some of these days you're gonna feel so lonely, right? So this is this kind of big voice that she would sing in, because she has to sing and fill up an entire music hall, right? So you've got to be able to really project your voice and sing loud. But there becomes this new style of singing, crooning, which involved singing not with so much force, but singing in a really kind of intimate way. And just the tip of the show, just the tip, was singing this really intimate way. And people associated this style of singing with the microphone, because once you have the microphone, then you can sing, right, in this intimate way. And a number of men came about. There were also some women, but people associated crooning with men, although there were also women, with this style where the crooner would sing into the microphone really soft and intimately, and often with a very high voice. A lot of these crooners had these very high, sweet voices, or they'd whisper, you know, something like, here, let me write my microphone right. Come to me, my melancholy baby. Right, this very sort of sweet and delicate sound, and everyone thinks about that as being something that you only had because of the microphone. But here's the thing: people were starting to croon before the microphone. And so how did they do it? How could you get this sort of intimate sound before you have the microphone for amplification? What they did was they sang in megaphones, right? So they had these megaphones that they would sing into. And I have always wanted a megaphone so that I could sing all 1920s crooner style. And I now have one. Ooh. The name game, come on everybody. I said, now let's play a game. I bet you I can make a rhyme out of anybody's name. The first letter of the name, I treat it like it wasn't there. And then a B or an F or an M will appear. And then I say bo at a B, then I say the name, then banana, fanner, and fo. And then I say the name again with an F, very plain, then a fee, fi, and a mo. And then I say the name again with an M this time, and there isn't any name that I can't rhyme. Salixin, 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 Bobalixin, banana, fanner, fo, phalixin, fee, fi, mo, malixin. Salixin. Thank you so much for the resub. Insert your own favorite creepy stream baby joke. I don't know a lot of good creepy stream baby jokes, but now I need to learn them because that would be amazing. Give me a first name for a Hidalgo. I love that. I love this emote of the salute. It makes me really happy. I love the goob salute. I like it. Yes, it is a cone of sounding. And I don't know a good name for Hidalgo. Poncho? Phalixin. You can be 12. It's cool. So one thing that I want to do, so now that I have this megaphone, is I want to, Gabrielle is a good name. That's a good one. That's a good one. Gabrielle, I like it. So since I have this megaphone now I want to do a recital of 1920 songs where I sing them, you know, with the megaphone, all 1920s crooner style. Ooh. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you everything. Thank you for the host, Crit Witch. It is much appreciated. Hey everybody, and I This is for an old man street samurai in Shadowrun. Oh, I like it. I like it. I appreciate, by the way, all the subs and all the gifts. I am not a full-time streamer at this point in time, but you know, we move towards it. So here's what I want to do. I want to do a whole concert of 1920s songs using the megaphone to get a real good crooner sound. Ooh. Come on in my house, come on. Come on in my house, I'm gonna give you candy. Come on in my house, I'm going to give you everything. Thank you so much for the host, Javai. It is much appreciated. Every host also counts. It all helps. Thank you. Yes, actually, Max Rabe is doing a sort of a 1920s Weimar cabaret crooner style. He's definitely doing he's doing a throwback crooner style with a microphone, of course, but I would do it with the megaphone. And I could maybe even play some like 1910s and 1920s classic banjo music. So that would be pretty exciting. But I want you to hear what it sounds like, right? I want you to hear what it sounds like. So when I'm singing normally, right, for bonus, the by-name tradition kind of articulated to areas that conquistadors showed up. So you could theoretically have Hidalgo be from any of the Latin American countries. I like it. So when I sing Come On to My House or The Name Game, that's more of a belty sort of style, right? Because it's a bit more full-throated, a bit more belty, but he's in the 20s and the 30s. So I'm going to sing you a song. That's what I'm going to do. This is what I wanted to share with you, that I wanted to sing a song for you using my megaphone. I actually know how to play the song on the banjo, but I cannot play the banjo and also hold a megaphone at the same time. And I do not have a megaphone stand, so it'll have to be a cappella, I'm afraid. So I'm going to sing for you a song so you can get the full crooner sound. Because who does not want a crooner sound? Are you ready? I hope so. All right, here you go. This is, here you go. I'm going to try to do my best 1920s crooner. The night was mighty dark, so you could hardly see, but the moon refused to shine. Couple sitting underneath a willow tree, for love they pined. Little maid was kind of afraid of darkness, so she said, I guess I'll go. Boy began to sigh, look up at the sky, tell the moon his little tale of woe. Shine on, harvest moon, up in the sky. I ain't had no lovin' since January, February, June, or July. Snow time ain't no time to stay outdoors and spoon. So shine on, harvest moon, for me and my gal. Shine on, harvest moon, way up in the sky. I ain't had no lovin' since January, February, June, or July. Snow time ain't no time to stay outdoors and spoon. So shine on, harvest moon, for me and my gal. How awesome is this megaphone? I am so excited to have it. Oh, so excited. Oh, I'm so excited about that megaphone, everybody. You may not be excited about that megaphone, but I am. Oh, so good. Also, modern Latinx folks tend to give each other's nicknames that can be rather ridiculous. One of my teacher's nicknames that his friends called him, and keep in mind, this man is in his 30s and 40s easily, was Monito, or Little Monkey. He's from Texas, but the part of Texas that was conquered by Aztlan. His family's ranch is a thing of the past. Oh. I was going to give him the street name Duke, a play on Hidalgo. Oh, I like that. Oh, thanks for the fire and also the drinks and also more fire, Volpez. Thank you. And also the claps. So anyway, I just got the clap. What? Let's get, it's fine. Anyway, I'm super excited about my megaphone, and I'm super excited about doing like a whole bunch of like crooner tunes, 20s tunes, you know, like Bye Bye Blackbird and Shine on Harvest Moon and Button Up Your Overcoat and all sorts of like really good fun 1920 songs. So excited. So excited. And like it's just totally different, right? With the megaphone, it gives a different kind of a sound. And I am really excited for that. Ooh, I can maybe do the Varsity Drag, which is another one of those. Anyway, ooh, Keep Young and Healthy. That's a great one. Ooh, that's a good one too, Young and Healthy, which I love because it's, you know, it's from during Prohibition. And it's like, you know, I'm young and healthy and you've got charms. It would really be a sin not to have you in my arms. But wait. So at one point in time, it says, the song goes, if I could hate ya, I'd stay away. But that ain't my nature. I'm full of vitamin A. Say, I'm young and healthy. Right. So let's be bold. In a year or 2 or 3, maybe we will be too old. I've got to sing that song. But here's the thing. Vitamin A, if you don't know what it is alcohol. That was like one of the slang terms for alcohol back during Prohibition. So there was vitamin A and vitamin C being slang for cocaine. So in this song, right, if I could hate you, I'd stay away, but that ain't my nature. I'm full of vitamin A. In other words, I'm super drunk right now. Which I love. No. I wish. Du bist als Kind zu heiß gebadet worden. No, but if I were gonna do some German stuff, I would probably do more comedian harmonist stuff than I would, or maybe a little bit of what's his face. There are a couple other people I would probably do. I probably wouldn't do that one. I'd probably do a couple of different other ones, like I'd probably do like maybe my kleine grüne Kaktus. I'd probably do I might do Schöne Isabella aus Kastilien I like a lot. I've got some. Oh, there are a couple other ones I would do for the German style. So I'll have to think about that. My last Auslander runner street name was Exilio, literally exile. I ended up subbing him into a group as a friendly NPC that needed a fourth until the actual fourth player could show up. He was in school and would be graduating in a few weeks. Oh, nice. The players ended up nicknaming him Army because he has a cyber arm. It's fair. I know Sally was born in the U.S., raised in the Cass. They didn't stay on the Concord Ranch. Oh, interesting. I see that there's some Shadowrun games happening. I have not played. Is it out yet? Cyberpunk 2077? Is it out? Also, he had 4 ranks in English, so I had him speak in broken English and pepper his speech with Spanish. My players were upset and demanded I stop doing that, and I was very sad. No, yeah, I didn't think it was out. I've just seen what do you call it? Footage, gameplay footage, but I've not seen that. Yeah, no, it's not out yet. Right, it should be a while. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Can I tell you, there's so many good songs from the 20s that put pep in your step, make you full of vitamin A and maybe vitamin C. You know what I mean? Your rank in a language is only a limit on how many dice of social skills you can use. 6 is super fluent, 4 is a professional level, like any other knowledge skill. Huh. So if 4 is a professional level, then I imagine he wouldn't have spoken with broken English, no? Yes, no? Maybe, yes? Yes, no? Oh, there are also some songs from the 20s that are just so saucy, they make me laugh. That are like, So if you have a 6 con but only 4 language, you can only use 4 of your con dice in that language. Oh. What do you call Wienerbrot Danish in the Americas? I don't know what a Wienerbrot Danish is. That seems like it's Danish, and I don't know Danish very well. I know German, but I don't know the Danish stuff. He could be a translator, but when you're being shot at or in another stressful accent, you default to your first language and the second language leaves your head. Depends. When I was in Germany, I lived in Germany for 5 years. By the time I was at the end of my 5 years there, even in stressful situations, I stuck to German. It was pretty good. I was pretty good at it. But, it's been a while since I lived in Germany. My German is so total alt. It's okay. Wienerbrot is what you would call... Oh, so what was the question you wanted? What do you call Wienerbrot Danish? We just called it Danish. Yeah, we just call them Danishes. Because we used to call them Danish pastries, and we got sick of calling... Yeah, we got sick of saying pastries. Yeah, we get, we just cut some words out. You know what I mean? Just make it shorter. We don't need all of the... We don't need all of the words. It's why, trooper, not what. What, who, what? Who, what? Who's the what? The what? The who? What? What? Who? Who? What? Oh, yes. Yes, I see what you're saying. I got it. Yes. Yes. Thank you. I got it. All right. So here's what's up. We're going to, why do we call Wienerbrot Danishes? I see. We're not always all that accurate. Actually, a lot of people aren't all that accurate all the time with stuff. For example, the Amish, we have Amish in the United States, and sometimes people will call them Pennsylvania Dutch, but they are not Dutch. They are German. But the word German in German is Deutsch, and sometimes if you hear people saying Deutsch, you're like, oh, Dutch, right? So we say all sorts of things that are not necessarily accurate, because we're like a big, right? Like French fries are actually Belgium. And, things come to us through different means in different ways. So, yeah. I mean, I have questions about why certain, I have questions. So, for example, there are all sorts of things that they do speak German. They speak very, very old German. They don't speak modern German. They speak old German. Yeah, they're the Pennsylvania Deutsch, but we say Dutch because, we are that way. What is written on my shirt? Madonna, Rebel Heart. It's a concert tee. It's a concert tee. Yes, Ice Bunny, they do speak German. They just speak a really old German. An old German, and it's sort of like also a dialect that has... Well... Yeah, but that's not a surprise. I was watching, Ice Bunny says that her brother could not understand them. But I was watching a documentary called Bedienung, which is translated to waitress or waitstaff. And it was a German documentary where they interviewed wait staff across Germany, across the country, all in one day. Different people went to all different parts of Germany and interviewed people. And they interviewed this one woman who was from the Black Forest, and they subtitled her into German. She was speaking German, but most Germans could not understand her, and so they had to subtitle it. Yeah, there are always 4 discussions happening at once. Yeah, I can't. That's what Krellin is saying. Yes. I mean, there are still people who are Northern Germans who cannot understand a really thick Bavarian dialect, right? If you get real Bavarian, some people cannot understand you at all. even if you speak German. In the same way, I speak English, and when I went to Liverpool, there were some people who were speaking in a really thick Scouser dialect, and I was like, I don't know what you're saying. So just because you speak the same language does not necessarily mean you understand each other. That is all that I'm saying. That is a thing that is true. I mean, yeah. I mean, I feel like English is a little bit, American English is a little bit more mutually intelligible because we haven't been here for 1,000 years to sort of really cement thick dialects. But I mean, remember, these folks, they were, I think a lot of the Amish were Southern German, and they immigrated like, you know, well over 100 and some years ago. Yeah, and with mass media, it gets easier. Katie Cat speaks English, but sometimes I don't understand her at all. Mm-hmm. Krellin, have you heard Katie's voice? Worst Danish is spoken in South Denmark. Hessen. So, you know, the point is that they immigrated over and they were like, you know, poor religious people who left. I don't even know when they left, but it was a while ago. It was now I need to know. Oh yeah, that's yeah. Let me see if I can find, because now I'm curious. Let me see. Wikipedia. And hello, Wikipedia. Liverpool and Manchester, they don't speak English anymore. Let me think. I'm looking for Amish. So the Amish, Swiss German Anabaptist origins. So they started in Switzerland, first point, with a group of Swiss Alsatian Anabaptists in 1693. And they immigrated in the early 18th century, so early 1700s. So we're talking about like 300 years ago, right? So so basically you get so it says here, they continue to speak Pennsylvania German or Pennsylvania Dutch, and there are two different dialects, and these are Alemannic dialects. And so we're talking about a Swiss German dialect from the late 1600s, 1700s. So the Amish came to the United States from the Alsace in the early 1700s. And they've been speaking that language since then. So it is German. It's just not the German that anybody in Germany speaks nowadays. Manchester, England, across the Atlantic Sea. So Hessen, they do speak hard to get German, and Swiss is close to what? See, this is my point, right? But Swiss German is still German. It's just that, you know, I'm just saying. And also, it's super old. Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't... so what, this early 1700s, like this is like Shakespearean English, right? It would be like if we ran into a group of people who still spoke Shakespearean English, but also it has migrated a little bit. It might be, I mean, I can understand Shakespearean English, but I know a lot of people who can't, who don't like Shakespeare because they don't understand at all what is being said. They don't understand the grammar, the vocabulary. They're like, I don't get it. I'm not interested. So, you know, think about the Amish as speaking the equivalent of like Shakespearean English, but that has taken its own path. You know, it's still, right? It's still German, but it's not, it is understandable that modern German speakers may not know a thing about what they're saying. Oh, yeah, Chaucer. Oh my goodness, right? That's even further back and you're like, well, okay. Just... if you say so. Vulpes said no to Chaucer. No Chaucer. None. No Chaucer. So anyway, I'm feeling really happy. I've got a megaphone. I have got plans to do a concert of 1920 songs with Holt and Heft. Chaucer. Oh, I would love to see an original pronunciation Shakespeare play one of these days. With Holt and Heft. That would be really interesting to me. So anyway, old languages. I want you to know we're going to play this game, and I'm going to take notes. Chaucer didn't even know her. You know what? Can I tell you what I think would be really cool? Is to do a live play over the stream, you know? I would love to do hey, do you want to see my other camera? Here, wait, here. Other camera. Woo, hey, other camera. Back to this one. Back to this one. Back to this one. Yeah, untranslated Chaucer is a trip. I read it in middle school. What was I going to tell you? I just had a thought. Yes, I remember what it was. Hold on. Let me go back here. So what I would like to do is to do a play, a streamed play. But I feel like you would need all sorts of permissions to do it, and I bet it would be expensive. But I would love to do... there was a monkey butt in my face. I didn't see the cameras. It's fine. Yeah, so... Oh, I called doing a live reading of The Miller's Tale. I would need to practice my original pronunciation of Chaucer before I could do that. But it probably does. Although, if you do it in the original language, maybe it would be fine, because people would not get that you're being dirty. Because, you know, there's a lot of dirtiness back then. But, yeah, I want to do, I want to do a streamed play. I will give you cameras, but wait, you've got to go here. So here, see cameras. Wait. See cameras. Camera 1. Oh, that's camera 2. Camera 1. Camera 2. Whoa, 2, 1, 2, 1. Back there, right? And then here, woo, here, woo, here, woo, like that, right? So those are the cameras, right? And then right, and then this one. This is like my fancy Logitech 922C, C92, C922, 922C. This is the fancy one that, you know, is like, I'm so fancy. And then this one is the I'm not fancy. I want a camera 3. Trooper can put himself in the... Hey, nobody puts baby in the corner. But this one is theoretically a better camera. I mean, like, you can do stuff with it. You can shift it around. But what I'm going to do for night, which is on Saturdays, I'm going to stream from this camera. Because I'm going to change my setup. It's an experiment, and I hope it will work out. I'm going to do some testing where I'm going to put the zoom here, and then the roll 20 up here. And these two monitors are 1080p monitors versus the 4K monitor, which is over here. And I think that this will put less strain on my graphics card. So I think it'll be less likely that there will be some kind of crash. I think OBS will be less likely to crash if I put everything on the 1080 monitors. So I'm going to put like OBS and all that here, put zoom here, roll 20 here, so that I can do screen captures from there, and I hope it'll be better, I think. That looks like a, okay, chat, let's rap camera. I'm here to talk to you about Shakespearean English. It's no joke, thou art not a senator. So get in that corner, not baby, in the corner. I should paint the windscreen. Oh no, but the thing is, what I'll do, when I'm on this one, I'll just put this over here, so then you can't see it. Like, you can still hear me, it'll be fine. But then you won't see, it'll be like, hey, here I am, streaming from this place. I could put art on that wall, but the art I would put on that wall would be distracting. That's what I would do. Let's see. And maybe, yeah, no, I just move the mic, right? I'll just move the mic and then you can see me and it's fine. And then I've got the zoom so I can look at the players and it'll be fine. And I can look at Roll20 and then have OBS over here. So I'm thinking it'll be better for my, I'm thinking it will be better for OBS to be on less good quality monitors is what I'm thinking. That is my current thought. So that's my experiment. And I think if I put everything on these two monitors, I won't have to resize anything. And then it'll be, if I don't have to resize things, it'll be faster setup each time. And then I'll just put all the other stuff. So, you know, thoughts. Those are my thoughts, I think. I mean, I cannot confirm or deny, but this is my thinking on the matter. Does art consent to be on a wall? And when you get bored... No, I mean, I've got a cool piece. I mean, I've got cool art, not framed at the moment, but I have cool art. It's just that... might it not distract you? Although maybe I could just put something cool up there. I'm pondering it now. But although I think all of my art is currently in boxes, because I've not really unpacked. I've only unpacked what I need to unpack in order to just live, and everything else is in a box. As you can tell, because not everything has been, my shelves are not completely unpacked. I'm gonna take care of it. It's fine. Don't even worry about it. I'm doing it. Oh, Sal. Night Witch's art. Night Witch's art. I don't even want to. Night Witch's art. So, see, this is the thing. I was going to commission some Night Witch's art. I had an idea to commission some Night Witch's art, and then so, you know, this is what I like about Krellin. Krellin is like, flowers, no, execution. I love it. I know I can just pick up a map of Journey Poland and put it up there and be so good. I've got some really good World War II maps for the French Resistance game that I've been collecting, which means I really need to unpack. It's really serious now, everyone. It's really serious. But you know what? Anyway, the point is, I was gonna commission some art. And now I'm not going to commission some art. Because I didn't want to say that out loud, but it sounds so cool. Olga in the corner. Yeah. So I was going to pick up some art, but it turns out I was going to commission some art, but it turns out I don't need to commission any art for reasons that I cannot say because they're a surprise. But I was only told so that I did not commit. Basically, someone else is doing some art. Someone is doing art, so I am not getting the art. Oh, a big portrait of Olga in the corner. It'd be so good. I would love it. I would love it. All right, who are we talking to right now? Oh, hey, this is somebody we've never met before.
Sorry, friend, but I gotta ask you not to get no closer unless I can see your hands at all times.
Okay, this is a brand new person we've never met before, so that's exciting. So this is a person who's not seen any of our stories before. Only Olga. Who is this, a minor?
Look too clean to be one of us. She don't look like the company sent you neither.
Trooper, are the Soviet shirts beige or olive? Oh, that's a really good question. They're more olive. Like an olive drab. Although the color's a little bit inconsistent. All the ones that I have, they're olive drab. I'm looking at the shirt right now. And that's about, yeah, they're about an olive drab. They're not really a beige, but it's a little, you know, I should get a Russian flag. Only the motherland. Only the motherland. Yes. How can there be... Oh, I really should put something there. Something really cool. Sorry, wait. Here. Let me go over here for a moment. There. Oh, you can't see it. I'm cropped. Go back to here. Art is for capitalist pigs. Oh, but Krellin, good Soviet art is for Soviets. Like good, like art of tractors. Oh, I wish I had some like really good Soviet propaganda. But here's the thing, we only have 2 more. Fine. But then I'm going back. We only have 2 more sessions of Night Witches, people. This is serious. 2 more sessions. This one that's coming up on Saturday, and then one last one. 2 sessions, everyone. I am so sad. I wish we'd had... You will never go back to games! Games are forbidden! Yeah, I want a print of the tale of the Playing with Flowers and Hearts on it. We only have 2 sessions, everyone. And I will tell you, I wish... Like, I know that Geek Space's sort of average season length is like 12 sessions. I like 16. Like, if I had my way, if I had my way. Do you know that song by Shirley Manson? Samson Delilah, it's really good. If I had my way, I'd have 16. I feel like 15, 16 is a nice length. I do wish... ordering Soviet propaganda and flags seems like a good idea. So grease soaked in coffee should do the trick. I think I made an Olga shirt for J-PopCon. So sad. Do I wish there were 10 more episodes? I think 10 would be too much. I don't think we would need... well, I do want 10 more weeks in the semester. See, the thing is, I don't think I need 10. I think I just need 5. I think for Night Witches, I think 10 would be too much. I think 3 times 6 is 18. Like, yeah, 5 more. I think 5 more would be perfect. If we could have, okay, Krellin, you're right. Krellin is like, you skipped an entire base. No, you're right. But here's the thing. I think we could... Okay. Fine, yes. 10 more would have been great. Fine, Krellin, you're right. You're right. 10 more would have been awesome. But I think if I weren't greedy, I think if we'd had 3 sessions per base, that's 18. And we have 13 now, so that's just an extra, you know, an extra 5 episodes. Like I could have like an extra 5 would have been great. And here's the thing. I was thinking about this. I am going to go back to the game, but I was thinking about this, and that is, I think how many episodes you need for a season also depends on the style of game you're running. This is why you should just be Emperor of Mankind. It would make, yeah, Krellin, I vote for you for Emperor of Mankind, although maybe voting for Emperor is defeating the purpose, and that's not how it goes. What I'm trying to say is that, oh, I have a little bit of congestion. Right, you don't vote for Emperor. I'm sorry. I would vote for you, but I don't think I'm allowed. Yes, I know what I was saying. What I was saying was that for me, since I like to run Sandbox, I feel like, yeah, Krellin, Vatagen, bring out the boreworms. I think I think if you're doing a really tight narrative game, you know what I mean, where like you've got a real strong sense of sweep, like with beginning, middle, and end, I think you can get that in 12. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think you can really do that if you're really sort of running on a kind of a British TV model with like sort of a good, strong narrative thing. All praise Krellin, immortal on his golden throne, but don't say the name 3 times. But I think if you're going for a bit more of a sandbox feel, even a directed or a character-driven sandbox, I kind of want a little bit more space than 12 to let the characters breathe and sort of develop some, and to let your group's playstyle has been such that you would have filled all the extra time where maybe the other Night Witches plays. Yeah, no, Vulpus, I think that's true. I think a lot of Night Witches plays probably wouldn't need that, but I think the way that this particular cast is, I think we could have easily used those 10 extra episodes. Now, Krellin, that's the name. Just don't say it 3 times. I also think that there was like a discussion, but now you've conjured yourself. Now you're here. But I have another friend that is going for becoming a benevolent dictator with some good policies. I can't support both an emperor of mankind and a benevolent dictator at the same time. Sure you can. Krellin just ate Ice Bunny's soul. Num, 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 num. I imagine Ice Bunny's soul tastes like ice cream, and I'm supportive of this in all ways. So one of the things I think about Sandbox, if you do Sandbox in a way that I like, right? I think there are different ways of doing sandboxes, a couple different ways. And for me, I like a directed sandbox, usually character directed, but also I like my sandbox to be, every emperor of mankind needs figurehead dictators. Ooh, Stroopwafel would be a good taste for Ice Bunny's soul. For me, I like my sandboxes to be built around, so like, I think you can do location-based sandbox and you can do motivation-based sandboxes. And I think a lot of video games are location-based sandboxes, and then when people sort of port that idea back into RPGs, they just sort of do location-based sandboxes where there are just different places and there are things in those places and the players just wander around doing things. Keep the little kitties outside of the sandbox, ends up a litter box otherwise, and this is fair. It is your no, not kale and beetroots ice cream. No, I reject it. I say chocolate ice cream, or maybe like a mint, or just not kale and beetroots. I just, nope. So the kind of sandbox where it's just a location, like a big place with lots of different locations and players just go and pick up sort of individual quests at different locations, that is not the kind of sandbox I particularly like. That is not my preference when it comes to sandboxes at all. Ooh, salted caramel ice cream. That is very nice, Beboodle. I love a good salted caramel ice cream. Very nice. Very nice. I call playing as a tabaxi in the sandbox make it all litterarific. But I like a directed sandbox where there is a location and you can go anywhere you want. That's fine. But I like for the players to have short and long-term goals, and I like factions and NPCs also to have long-term goals and short-term goals, so that the world itself is moving forward. It's not static. Like in a sandbox game, very often like you get to the place and that's where the quest is, but in a directed one that's about sort of motivation and characters, things are happening. So for example, there may well be a big bad who's trying to open up a portal to wherever to do the bad things. And in a directed sandbox, that person is there and they're doing their things. And the players can decide to do something about that or not. And they will continue to do their things while the players do whatever they're going to do. If the players decide to avoid that big bad, things will happen. It may not be great for them. Now, but of course, one of the things about, do I want to run some 7th Sea? The new edition? The new edition? Yeah. I mean control, yeah. I actually have it. Where it's because I kickstarted it. It's where is it? It's no, that's Blue Rose. I haven't alphabetized my game books. I know that you're looking at me with judgment. I will alphabetize them because right now I can't find anything because it's not alphabetized, and that's the worst. Where's my 7th Sea? Where'd they go? No, that's Castle Falkenstein. All of that is GURPS. That's Achtung Cthulhu, Tunnels and Trolls, Good Society, Unknown Armies, Top Secret, Song of Ice and Fire, Trail of Cthulhu, Spire, Night's Black Agents, Open Legend. Where's my 7th Sea? Oh, you know what it is? I don't think 7th Sea... I don't think they've given me the hard copy of the books yet. Fate Worlds. Why don't I have them? Why don't I have them? I have them on PDF. I have them on PDF. I have them. Maybe they just haven't. Maybe they haven't shipped off the hard copies yet. Sea Crawling ate my 7th Sea book. No, I don't think it is. Actually, I don't think they've sent off the hard copies of 7th Sea yet for the Kickstarters, right? No, because I don't remember seeing them. I think I have them all on PDF, and I don't think they've sent off the hard. Because you know, I have kickstarted a couple of RPGs, and by a couple I mean, you know, a good number. And I just sort of kickstart them, and then I let them leave my mind, and then when they arrive in my mailbox, it's like a pleasant surprise. So I imagine 7th Sea will be coming for me at some point in time. Other Emperors of Mankind eat physics. This Emperor of Mankind eats RPG books. I do it. Right, so for me, how I really like my sandbox to go is I like there to be sort of large forces in conflict in the game. Yeah, so I think they're just not, I don't think they've fulfilled yet. So I like there to be large forces in conflict with each other, not just with the PCs, that are always moving forward, and then the PCs are going to do what they're going to do. And one of the reasons why I think of this particular approach as not being narrativist, but I do think about it as in terms of emergent narrative, because what I want is that I want a narrative to emerge out of these conflicts, right? So that there will be a story that emerges from these conflicts, but what that story will be and what it will look like will just sort of depend on how the players move through. The word was not psychics. Nice. It's better to eat psychics, I think, than physics. I know Dipper's roommate did the art for the tarot cards in the core book. Oh. That's awesome. Speaking of which, I didn't get my tarot for Bluebeard's Bride. I think it just wasn't delivered. I need to email him about it. So, and this is important for me. The idea of emergent narrative is important because it means the narrative is so. Like, look, I was having a conversation about this, right? I really like emergent narratives that challenge the kind of beginning, middle, end that we get in narrativist structure. And there's nothing wrong with narrativist structure. The beginning, middle, and end thing is very, very satisfying. It gives you the kind of story that people very often want. They want that big climax where you're fighting on the bridge, or on top of the Zeppelin. You know what I mean? Like, they want these things to happen in these certain ways because it's very satisfying. But no, actually, I think that Wash's death was bad. I think that Wash's death was bad because it didn't feel like a good, it did not feel like an emergent death at all. It felt he did this. Okay. So he did this. I read his interview with what's his face, Joss Whedon, and he said that he had to kill Wash so that people would believe that anyone could die. And that's why he did it, right? He did it for a narrative purpose so that you would believe that anyone could die. But here's the thing. Once Wash died, besides just ticking me off because I didn't think it was well done, I knew that no one else was going to die. But also, I know Joss Whedon, and I know his tics right now. He does the same thing every single time. And what he does every time is that he's going to kill someone, usually in a kind of a weird way, who is not a central Scooby, but like close enough and usually well loved. But like, he's not going to kill Mal. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was no way that he was going to kill Mal and or Zoe. Do you know what I mean? So like, his like anyone could die is just bogus because not anyone can die. He never kills anyone, and if he does, he brings them back. And so like it just but I'm not. Krellin says Joss is just bogus. Yeah, there's just a lot of but I'm not mad about any kind of random death. Like, I think it can be done well. For example, in Terminator the Sarah Connor Chronicles, Reese the brother, Reese's the you know, the brother, not dies in this like just as shot, you know what I mean, at one point in time. And it was really well done, and I felt like, oh, that's really good. Like that really sort of works well within, like I enjoyed it very much. I thought it was good. Yeah, Krellin. Yeah. I mean, there's just and the first season of Dollhouse was really problematic. Yeah, so I want there to be a story that emerges, right? But I want that story. Okay, I'm going to tell you something about my thoughts on RPGs and why I like running the way I like to run, which you still haven't been able to see me do completely. Night Witches is close-ish because it is pretty sandboxy, but Night Witches is not exactly how I would do it if I had my own way, because is Jer here right now? Is Jer here? Let me you know, I feel like yeah, but and he kills these like peripheral characters. Oh, that's cool, Krellin. Here, hold on a second. I'm gonna do this. Hold on, copy. Talking, music, and RPGs. And let's just do this for a moment. I'm updating my information, because we're clearly going to chat just a little bit longer before we actually get to the game, which we will totally do, but I should probably say just chatting first. That's all. So here's the thing about the way... So the thing about Night Witches is that we only have 13 episodes, and it's really tightly packed. So in my... Even though it's got sandboxy elements to it, which I really appreciate, if I had my way following Krellin, I would have like another 10 episodes, right? It would have more space to breathe, more space for me, for my particular style, would have more space to breathe. But this is like a really dense packed, like go. And I was like, do you want to do a second season? I was like, I don't think we can get the cast for a second season, so let's just, you know, finish it. But the way, so here's, the Promethean character I've lined up identifies as a force of nature because they don't have access to azothic memory, so they don't think they have much of a concept of gender. Oh, that's good. Also, yeah. Not everyone has to have gender at all. So look, this is what I want to tell you about. This is something that's really philosophical, and I'm going to write a blog post. Here's the thing. I hope I can do this in the summer, but I want to write a bunch of blog posts for my blog, my academic foxhole blog, and then just start posting them, you know, at the very least once a month. But I really want to put some of these things where I have more space to talk through them. But look, so here's the thing. People talk about RPGs, and they always talk about them as if they are film or television, or a radio play, or a whole bunch of other things. But they're not. An RPG is not a film. It's not a television show. It's not improv theater. It's not a radio play. It's an RPG. It's a different medium. And it's, you know, it's not the same thing. It's not even, and the thing is, it's not improv theater, because improv theater has a different goal, right? Like, you might be improvising. Like, there are a lot of things that are improvised, but it's not the same as improv theater, which has a director, which is trying to model theatrical narrative style. Like, it's just a different thing. But the dice sometimes say no. And like, it's just a different philosophy about what you're doing. And And I don't think that's bad to recognize that RPGs are their own art form. I think it's actually really positive to recognize that they are their own art form. And while you can, in your RPG, that's right, they replace it. And that's why in an RPG, you can attempt to model books and films and plays and theater if you want. And certainly there are games that do that. They work really hard to model those other media. I'm really interested in leaning into RPGs as their own media and thinking about what kinds of narratives you can create that are specific to RPGs and not just trying to copy books, film, or television. And I think about this a lot. And there are many things that I like. There are a lot of things I think about. So one thing that often separates an RPG from a lot of other media, not all, and not all the time, is that RPGs are often team-based. TV copies RPGs and not the other way around. But TV wants to be more tightly scripted, right? And of course, you can tightly script your RPG. Cthulhu Confidential is very, very tightly scripted. But one of the things I think is really cool about RPGs is that if you don't do narrativist, like, because narrative is trying to go for that, that's like their goal. But if you don't do that style, you can get different kinds of narratives that you wouldn't get in a TV or a book or a film, because that's not what people would do. You know what I mean? Like that's not how you would, like, that's not good writing. You can have, you know, Chekhov's gun that is shown in Act 1 that never goes off. You can have, like, just really different kinds of stories, and they will probably be male because they're warrior archetype and their constituent body parts came from male bodies. Oh, interesting. And I really think, for me, there's something really interesting about the kinds of narratives that emerge when you're doing an RPG with emergent narrative, especially in a sort of character-driven sandbox, where there's some, like, maybe some absurdist theater, sort of similar-ish, wherein it can be about, I mean, you can get failure in RPGs in ways that people don't tend to do in other forms. You get more ensemble work, you can get failure, you can get stories that take turns that don't make sense in a book format, but that's how they happened. You can have interesting setbacks that don't necessarily pay off. So you can get just a really different sort of narrative that I'm really excited about. And it's something I've always really loved. I love the ways in which in an RPG you can tell a story that you would never tell otherwise. And depending on how you do it, you can tell stories that are not fan service, right? Because you can enjoy frailty and failure. You can enjoy success in ways that are dramatically not as epic, right? That you can, I mean, I think about those moments when the players, rather than having the big epic showdown on a bridge, right? You know, called in an artillery strike, or like the ways in which players can short circuit grand narratives. Like, that is so cool. I love that when, like, you can see the big great narrative, how it's going to unfold, but then they're like, no, we're going to do this other thing. And I love that, right? The ways in which things that seem simple might take a long time, things that might take a long time and seem grand might just become really simple all of a sudden. I love the ways in which RPGs, if you embrace the specificity of the RPG, right? If you embrace that, can give you kinds of narratives you haven't seen before, that you're not used to seeing, that you're not trained to see. And I think there's something really valuable and positive about being presented with different kinds of narratives and stories, with protagonists that don't do the same things that you always think they should do, or with, you know, I mean, I'm really interested in that. I'm really interested in challenging the ways in which we think stories have to go and giving us something different. And I think that RPGs, if you lean into the format, can do that for you. Now, of course, if you want to, you can always just make your RPG be like a film. And that's where fudging comes in, right? And I think this is where I have this whole situation with fudging. I'm not really, I don't like to fudge. I don't do it. But I know a lot of people who are like, well, you have to fudge, so basically the story isn't messed up, right? And this is the thing, right? That if you think you need to fudge so you don't mess up the story, you have an idea of this story that is separate from the RPG that you want the RPG to conform to. And I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in seeing what story the RPG creates, not having it conform to an already existing archetype of story. I want to get a new story that I've never seen. Speaking of big epic showdowns on a bridge, one of my Dark Heresy GMs was fond of battles on bridges. We were fans of attacking the bridges to keep the enemy from coming at us. The dice were fans of rolling Righteous Fury, the system's critical hit analog, and racking up insane bridge-destroying damage as a result. That's amazing. The meme in that game became the Emperor Hates Bridges. I love that. And I think about, and it's one of the reasons why I don't fudge. It's why I don't fudge dice. I don't fudge dice because I don't... I'm less interested in having my games end up looking like a film, and so therefore I will fudge to make it so, than I am having my RPGs end up looking like an RPG and doing whatever they're going to do. And so I don't fudge. And I know that there are people who will say, but that's not satisfying. You don't want your characters to die in a stupid way in the beginning. And I was like, but that's interesting. Like, because you can make a new character. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to see what happens. I want to explore what it's like when those things happen. And maybe they don't, but they might. And hey, you know what? If Olga dies, she dies. You don't fudge dice because it's fun to let Ivanova get 2 marks because there wasn't a punch in the entire episode. Yeah, there wasn't a punch in the entire episode. I was, you know, she took that 2nd mark. I do have discretion of when to kill her, but I'm going to kill her in a good way. I'm going to kill her in a good way. But there wasn't a punch in the entire episode. I was like, can I get a punch? No? Dang it. But she's going to die next episode. That's my job. My job is to kill her, and I'm gonna kill her. It's gonna happen. I have some ideas about how this might take place. I was hoping for a punch. I was hoping for a punch, right? I mean, Ivanova was being like aggro. I didn't get a punch. That's all right. It's all right. It's gonna happen. Acolyte Cell Lambda, where the people you send on a stealth mission when you secretly want everything burned down. On their 2nd deployment, they burn a major wing of the planet-wide library. On the 3rd, they burn the entirety of the different planet. Oh, she should get a random android and just like collapse in front of Leva. Hey, you know what? Skexy saw me trying to instigate. Oh yeah, I was trying to instigate. I was like, all right, let me see if I can get a little. Don't worry about it though. Don't worry. I got you all. Ivanova's gonna die on Saturday, and yeah, I was instigating. It's all right though. But 2 things. 1, Lena's back. Lena's back next episode. She's back on Saturday, and yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I've got some ideas. We've got the death of Ivanova coming. It might surprise you how it happens, though. So, yes. All right. I want to do our giveaway. We're going to do our giveaway. Yeah, definitely wear black. Definitely wear black. So our giveaway for today is Metal Gear Solid 5. And it's got a bunch of stuff. So just make sure you say something in chat in the next 5 minutes, and then you will be eligible for the giveaway. We're doing a giveaway, and it is Metal Gear Solid 5. And then just say something in the next 5 minutes or so, and then you will be in anything you want. For example, we're doing a giveaway. That works. That is fine. Yeah, so important distinction, Trooper. What's the subtitle? The subtitle of the game on Saturday? It's both. I've got both to give away. So if you win the giveaway, you'll get Ground Zeroes, Phantom Pain, and also this DLC, this like extra bonus DLC. So you get the whole kit and caboodle. It is a stealth action game, so it's stealthy. It's like a creeping around, stealthy game. Stealth shooter. So you sneak up and then you shoot people. Although I don't think Solid Snake puts this. I normally play Splinter Cell. I can't run it because I'm on a Mac and it won't run on a Mac, and that makes me sad. But you know. Oh yeah, hiding in cardboard boxes is a thing you do in Metal Gear Solid. Oh good. I think isn't there like a song like Solid Snake, he who eats snakes to live, snake eater? Like, isn't there like some kind of song about it, like some kind of Solid Gear snake eater kind of 80s style rock song? I feel like there was. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I just made that up. It's possible. I don't even know. Metal boxes. Oh, hey, guess what? This is a spoiler. Spoiler. I got the word from Little Red Dot. We're going to get our costumes. Our characters' costumes are going to be revealed in the next session of Super Duper. Also, this isn't Solid Snake. This is Venom Snake, because way too many goddamn. Venom punished Snake. Wait. Is it the same person, or are they different people? Oh, anyway, our costumes are going to be revealed in the next session of Super Duper in 2 weeks, which means, I have to actually get around to spray painting my second hat for my character. But that means we're going to have a costume reveal on Super Duper, and I have got all the costume pieces. All of them. I've got the mask. I've got everything. And so I'm really excited for the costume reveal. It's going to be super hot during the game because I'm going to have to wear multiple shirts. Because I want to wear a shirt underneath a shirt and like a bandana underneath a bandana. And then like have multiple hats. So anyway, the point is, it's going to be epic. So 2 weeks, tune into Super Duper. Zeke and Travis are best friends. Actually, I don't know if they put Super Duper on YouTube. That's a very good question. I don't know. I have to ask. It'll be in the 50s Sunday if you need to go outside for spring. Oh, that's good. Oh, Sunday. Sunday is going to be like an all-day game, but I might be able to do it in the morning. Because I'm doing Sunday Fun Day, streaming that with Little Red Dot, and then I'm playing Pathfinder the Adventure card game. Yeah, I got a lot going on in my life. I don't even know, but I'm going to spray paint. I've got a lunch tomorrow, so maybe I can spray paint after lunch. And then I've got a phone interview with some people making a documentary tomorrow as well. So I've got a lunch meeting and then a phone call with people making a documentary. That's what I've got to do tomorrow. It'll work out. I need to wear less hats. Zeke, he does. He spends a lot of time. Hey, you know what? Stomachs are much nicer to sit on than rocks. That's all. So in Metal Gear Solid 3, you play as Naked Snake, who later becomes Big Boss. Is he naked? In Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, you play as Big Boss, codenamed Venom Snake. In Phantom Pain, it becomes Venom Punish Snake. Metal Gear Solid 1 is Solid Snake, a clone of Big Boss. Metal Gear Solid 2 is Raiden, and fuck that guy, apparently. And Metal Gear Solid 4 is Solid Snake again, but recode-named Old Snake. I don't even know what's happening. So there are clones, apparently. I don't even understand what is happening there. I don't even understand. Spray that hat before the lunch meeting can take... Yeah, no, I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll spray the hat, the outside of the hat, before the lunch meeting. And then I'll probably, it's like, the next day try to get the underside of the hat. Like, this is my current thought. We're going to do the giveaway now. We're giveaway. Distracting me from my giveaway. All right, person who's going to win the Solid of the Snakes, Skexy. 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 Hey, Skexy. How are you? How are you doing? You won. How are you feeling about that, Skexy? Are you feeling great about getting the solid? Oh, fine, Skexy. You know what? That's fine. I won't even give it to you then. You won't even get it. It'll be a different winner chicken dinner. I'm gonna give it to Skexy. Skexy. Nightbot really wants you to have it. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying that Nightbot really wants you to have it. That's if it says Skexy again, I'm gonna die. Hey Skexy, you're so fun, you blow my mind. Hey Skexy. Hey Skexy. Hey Skexy, what a pity you don't understand. You've already got the bundle when it that was not even it. So Nightbot, tell me the winner. Oh, Sal. Oh, you can't. All right, let's see. No. I'm going to spray the underside of the hat, not the outside. So apparently Nightbot has opinions about who should win this game. And B-Boodle, how do you feel about getting Metal Gear Solid 5? How do you feel about this, B-Boodle? B-Boodle? How do you feel? Are you feeling good about it? Because I would be excited to give you the game, B-Boodle Floof. Oh, good. Yes. All right. B-Boodle, I'm going to send you the codes right now for Metal Gear Solid Phantom Pain, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, and Metal Gear Solid The Definitive Experience DLC. I'm going to send you all of those. It's just 3 things, and I'm sending them to you, and I'm so happy to be able to do so. Here you go. Wait, and then one more. You know, while I'm doing this, I should switch over to the other camera, because then you can see it. And done. Oh, no worries at all. Good. All done. I feel good about that. Done. All right. Now, oh, here, let's do this. Whoop. Haha. So now you can see me as if I'm sort of kind of quasi looking at you. We're going to go to the game now. That wasn't even it. Oh gosh. What was the title of this? What are we even doing now? Oh, well, what? I like trying to read book titles. Oh, I've got some good ones in there. So hold on. What am all right. So this, wait. I have to change the title of the stream because we're going to find out about this miner and find out what is going on with our miner's life. Because, you know, and then there, and then, all right, here we go. We're updating. Yes. We are updated. And now we are going, I swear to you, we're going back to this game. We are. Somebody needs to help me build my computer so I can run games. Yeah. Hi, Krellin. It is, I know. Yeah, this right here is the masks of Nyarlathotep brand new campaign, because they redid it for the new edition, 7th edition of Call of Cthulhu. And so it's got, it's like 2 volumes, 2 volumes plus handouts for the whole big, huge, and like new art. And they rewrote some of it so it was less racist. And they made it like all up and exciting for the new era. But here's the thing. Wait, there's more. So I got that, but I also got I also have Horror on the Orient Express, but besides Horror on the Orient Express, and this is super cool, so this is the Mass of Nyarlathotep game prop set from this sort of fan group that does really professional level props from the H.P. Lovecraft Historical Society. And I don't know if you've seen this, but this is really amazing. So, here, I'll put this here. Let me show you some stuff. So they've got a user guide, but they have, for example, like an Edison cylinder that has got an MP3, like a MP3 in there. They've got a scroll with stuff in it from the game. They've got passports for every single PC. They also have, and this is so cool, right? They've got stamps for your passports for when you go to the different countries that are listed in the game. They've got, look at this, right? So here, more passport stamps going to Egypt, Mombasa, all the places you go in the campaign. They've got super cool maps. They have got a file for each location. Like this is the file for Peru. And in the file, I mean, this is so cool. This is so cool. Check it out. They have got this, I mean, this is really cool, right? They have got a newspaper article that you would find with the information. Right here, you can see this, right? Search for ancient pyramid in Peru with the actual story. So they've got newspaper articles. They've got a telegram from your person that you need to sort of know about. They've got a map of Peru. They have got a letter, right, that you find that's got important information. And this is in Spanish, this letter. It's in Spanish, because the letter's in Spanish. Sort of a map of ruins, another map of Peru. And they've got one of these folders for each of the locations of the campaign. So if you are running Masks of Nyarlathotep, you can run it with all these super cool props. Now, what this says to me, of course, is that this is not something that I want to run on stream remotely, where none of my players are present so they can't get the cool props, which makes me so sad because, I mean, I'm super jazzed by all of those props. I am so jazzed for all those props. Do I have all the bits for it? Yes. I've been dead the whole time. I just decided to haunt you. Are you haunting me? Yeah, right. The HP Love His Horse Life so great. And right, hey, the OGM unboxing, right? That was for the Massive Nylathotep, and it's amazing. No, we're gonna do it. And I think what's so cool, and that is the one sad thing about doing remote RPGs where everybody's Skyping in, is that you can't give them cool props. And I love giving people cool props. So that's a thing that I probably would want to run in person, because I'd want everyone to have access to the cool props. You know. That said, we're really going back, and we're going to find out about this miner, Little Ben. Do you have all the bits for the computer you need help putting together, or is getting the parts part of the issue? This is a good question. We're finding out about this miner.
All right, come and share my fire spell. Don't linger. These hills is full of ears. Don't think just cause you can't see no one that you're safe.
So this is clearly a miner, probably in the times when we have strikes, so we're probably thinking the 30s.
I'll give you cornbread. Don't be so sure of me neither.
Okay.
I've been running too long.
Oh, the soundtrack's so good.
Tell me something happy.
You want a happy... Okay, so this guy wants happy stories. I'm going to write it down. You know how I am. Because I don't have a lot of happy stories, but I might have some. I might have some happy stories for this guy. Tell the story of the ducks in the hotel fountain. You will find that happy. That is a happy story. I mean, I've got a couple.
I like that story. Good to remember that we all want
Thank
our
you.
dignity.
Yes. What else do you want to know about Little Ben?
Joy, huh? You ever hear music in a cold town? Night falls on a Sunday, you hear church singing.
Mm-hmm.
Listen for a while, and the cry? Sure enough, it's a cry. Colored folks, harmonicas coming up from one end of it, joining in. Sound of strings from Italy. The type of song has no country.
Or it has multiple countries, Little Ben. You have 0 happy stories because you keep making bad skeleton stories choices. This bad skeleton choices, yeah. I have a couple of happy
The
stories.
sound of the workers' choir.
A couple.
I need a laugh. Know any good jokes?
You want more funny stories? Like, I don't, I mean, okay. So how about if I tell you the story of, I have a lot of stories of dead children. That's, or could the Song of America? Yeah, that's good. So I can tell you the story of the mischievous ghosts of the Cincinnati Music Hall. That's funny, right? You'll find that hilarious.
You are a pretty funny one, you know that?
Yes.
Traps.
Okay, I'm good. Feeling good.
I tried to help dig us out. Now more like than not, I'm gonna be running forever. Keep thinking I should get mad about it. But maybe there's only so mad a man can be for so long. Sometimes fire follows the line all the way up into the hole and then whoosh, snuffs out. And there's the men with their eyes screwed shut, fingers in their ears, not knowing how to feel about the silence.
Okay.
Got any funny stories? Must have a couple.
All you want is funny and happy. I don't know how much friends we're going to be, my friend, because my stories are mostly about dead children. How about an abandonment and murder? So, like, people who die. Maybe Casey Jones, the theatrical railroader. I don't know if that'll do it for him. Maybe. I don't know if he thinks that's funny or not. I don't know if that's a funny story.
That's all made up.
Apparently it's not funny.
Travel? Well,
Not funny.
next time you take a train, take a peek on up at its beating heart. It's black breath. That's just what a mining man looks like inside him. Coal dust, smoke, and fire.
Okay.
Anyway, maybe tell me some scary story. I like that.
Okay, scary stories. I can do scary stories. I have got so many scary stories. I've got stories that will freak you out. How about, for example, the story of, Not love. How about if I tell you the story of the Creepy Mill? Creepy Mill. That's scary.
Damn. Every so often I like one of those scary campfire tales.
Yes. Hey, Magic Myth Mayhem.
Family. Well, they took my big brother out of school to send him down the mines.
I have to tell you something. My mustache is drooping, and I'm sad about it. Oh, I want to show you all something else I bought. A new unboxing. Magic Myth Mayhem, you just showed up just when we actually start playing the game because we were distracted by RPG Theory. So I want to show you one more thing that I got in the mail. It's a different kind of unboxing. It's the coolest unboxing ever. Guess what I have? It's the best. So I have this here. It is a whisker dam, and it is a portable mustache guard for your cups. And it looks like this. And what you do is when you're drinking something, like if you have a cup of coffee, let's say I go out somewhere and I get a cup of coffee or whatever it is that some kind of beverage, I place this on the cup so that then I can drink and make sure that my mustache doesn't droop into the liquid. So, for example, this is my water bottle. If I don't care because it's water. Oh, this is too small. It'll work. So I put the whisker dam right on top, right there. So then this has got too small of an opening, right? So it's not going to work out so well with this one. But right then I can just go drink like this. And the water doesn't hit my mustache at all. And now with water, you don't care. But if you get, especially if you have anything hot, if you have any kind of hot beverage, especially, it'll like, you know, it won't be so good for your mustache wax. So I have a whisker dam that I can now carry with me so that I can always just put it on my glass and not have to worry about my mustache. How exciting is that? Come on, people. Oh, I will. You know, Ice Bunny, I don't do coffee, but I do hot chocolate and tea. Don't you think it's fun? I think it's super fun. No, I never drink coffee. Ever. I don't drink coffee, but I drink hot chocolate and I drink tea. So if I go out to a cafe and I have a cup of tea and I don't want the tea to mess up my mustache, then I can just put that in the teacup and I can drink it. Or if I'm having hot chocolate, especially hot chocolate with whipped cream. If I have hot chocolate with whipped cream, that whipped cream will get all in my mustache. So I can just put that on there and I will, then I can just, I'm going to put down the whisker dam in Discord. I will put it on there for you so that you can, you know, so for those who do not want to get whipped cream in their mustache, the whisker dam, and it's just like this little thing you put in your pocket, traveled around when you go out, you're like, boop. So that it's like you always have a mustache cup with you wherever you go. And, you know, Skexy, you probably will. You probably will. I hope I get to see you at Diesel again, Skexy, because that was really nice.
He's one bigger than 10 years old.
But I don't want to get them.
25 cents, the right type of handshakes, and off he went to work. He's so big in my memory, but he must have been such a small feller, come to think. Anyway, I need something to laugh about. Got any funny ones?
He wants funny stories, and this is going to be a problem because we don't really have funny stories. Oh, but also, I don't need to give him a funny story right now because I've maxed out his eye. So I can just give him some kind of random story. Why don't I tell him the story of something like, I'm going to tell him the story of the astronomer in the desert. See what that's about. Whatever, you know.
Well, just seems like wishful thinking to me.
That might be a happy story.
The past. I remember looking between my mama's ankles down the road every evening.
I think he's going to be difficult.
Still don't know if she would count the workers or praying about them. Morning. I got to get going. Headed up that way. Won't be specific for my safety and yours.
Dead children.
Find me. Then do it. Talk again about these things.
So he's going off to West Virginia from Virginia. Interesting.
Cole ain't got no country. No worker neither. Worker ain't Virginian, ain't Christian, white, colored, Irish, Polish, nothing. Worker is a worker. We all gotta work. If you're one of them, if you think I sound red, you best come out and say so. Get it over with.
I didn't say anything. I'm a skeleton robot. I'm a skeleton hobo. What do I say? Well, your face is a happy story. So, you know, I could go and find him some more, but I'm not going to do that because I feel like he's going to be a bit of a tricky one. So I think instead I'm going to head north because there are a bunch of fire, not a fireplace, fire pits, not a fire pit, fires. There are a bunch of fires. I'm not, what even word? He is going to West Virginia. He's taking a country road to a place where he belongs. That is true, Sal. West Virginia, there's a mountain mama. Bonfire. Thank you, Triple M.
Combined with their superstitious tales, has both overstuffed your stomach and filled you with a hollow dread.
It's not gonna be a happy story.
Folks say these woods are full of apparitions, witches, and worse. You curse yourself for getting on the road so late.
I'm a skeleton. What's gonna happen to me?
In the moonlight, every valley and hollow at the feet of the Tappan Zee seems like a stolen shred of the abyss itself. Fireside tales seem less fanciful, and every cackling crow and moaning whippoorwill seems like a demon perched on the shivering, spindly trees. But something cuts through the noise. The muffled sound of hooves galloping on the cold, muddy road. When he finally slows his horse alongside you, it's as though he had just appeared out of the mist.
We're gonna look at him because we make bad choices. Bad skeleton choices.
He's astride a gigantic black courser. And though his boots are muddy and ragged, he wears an immaculate coat with great, shining buttons. From his saddle hangs an antiquated flintlock and a cavalry saber.
Sure is correct.
In the darkness, you can hardly see above his towering shoulders.
We're gonna just greet this rider, even though the rider's probably dead. It's cool.
His voice is a rumbling croak, deep, but as though his throat is filled with thorns.
Sounds good.
Have you happened upon a cannonball around here? You can tell English isn't his first language. German is. His hand, so pale it's almost blue in the moonlight, grips the reins in a fist.
So let's talk about the choices we make. We could say, sorry, I haven't seen a cannonball, or we could run the hell away. And I feel like rather than just running away, we should talk to the clearly, obviously beheaded horseman and say I haven't, because bad skeleton choices. And also running away is not going to give us a happy story, so might as well just lean into it.
You mumble an apology and watch as he silently rides away, back into the mist.
Yeah, be friendly with him.
He's cloaked in black, you notice from behind. But the blood running down over his shoulders glints crimson in the moonlight.
A little headless horseman action. Nice. Listen to this music. Well, that was interesting. This sort of military music is really interesting to me. I like it. We need a third choice. Would you like a lovely jack-o'-lantern? That's what we should do. We should give him a jack-o'-lantern. I really like that sort of somber military music that we got going on. See, I like this. I haven't heard this music before. Right? This is really good. I think this was nominated for excellence in sound, and I can understand why. Who hates Washington? I am in the Dixieland South. This is true. Would you like more sound? I can give you more sound. I sometimes, you know, make it lower so that... Here you go. Here, let's do that. I think that should be a little bit louder for you all. I don't know if I've been to Washington, D.C. Let's see. I have not. Ooh, hey, I haven't been to Washington, D.C. yet. It's a new town for me. It's hard to look at these shining buildings in the direct sunlight. You feel like an ant crawling among the tombs of giants. Away from the monuments, though, you find a city that's a little more human. Let's explore it.
The mailman's uniform is dated and worn. He sits on the edge of the road, head in hands. He looks up as you approach. Can you help? Car clipped me. I think my legs... Well, I'd appreciate it if you could deliver this for me.
I think he's dead.
He holds out a brown envelope.
I'll deliver the letter from the dead mailman. The
letter's addressed to a James Gibson Sr., 120 J Street. But the city stymies you. The blocks run straight from I to K. You stop a man for directions. But
that's right, Chocolate City. Parliament Funkadelic.
Someone's playing a joke on you. There's no J Street.
I'm gonna keep looking. You can't stop me.
Over here. A woman in a brown coat overheard your question. She steers you down an alley. Someone's chalked a big orange J on one wall. I thought Clovis was late. Go left up ahead. Old Man Gibson's the third on the right.
Well, we're just gonna go on alone then.
As you round the corner, the world changes. J Street is a place out of time. Like the city forgot an entire street a century ago and carried on around it, oblivious. Even the noise and bustle of D.C. can't penetrate this little pocket.
Let's knock on Gibson's door.
The man who answers is ancient and stooped. He peers at the letter. I think it's from my son. I don't see so well anymore. Will you read it to me? You tear the letter open. It isn't good news.
So we can lie or we can tell him the truth. And we're gonna tell him the truth because we make bad skeleton choices. Yeah, just gonna tell him the truth.
He fights it, but his face crumbles. Tears roll down his cheeks. It's better to know. I've been waiting a long time for this. His shaking hand takes the letter. Thank you for telling me.
Sorry. Moving on. But let's earn some money. You wander the streets of the city looking for a way to make some cash. Let's look for some work. The hospital needs someone to mop the floors for the day. A nurse gives you instructions. Rat-tat-tat. Scrub surgery A in floor 2. Skip the rooms with the newborns. Ask Dr. Penny if he wants his office done. This is very important. Get these hallways before lunch. Ugh, I got it. You try to remember all the nurse's very important instructions, but it's impossible. You haven't seen her in hours. The place is busy as hell, and nobody's watching you. I'm gonna mop the floors at random, I suppose. You mop random rooms and hallways as fast as you can, totally at random. Around lunch, someone in a suit waves you down and hands you a plate of lunch. At about 3, a nurse gives you an ice cream cone. Sick kids wave at you. A doctor shakes your hand. What's going on? When the nurse tracks you down at the end of the day, she's beaming. You did a wonderful job. She fills your hand with cash. Everyone's so impressed. This place has never been so clean. You keep your secret method to yourself and move on. Hey, I am completely full up in my health. Let's see. That is the right choice, though, but they should have sent a priest and an officer. I think that is true. People forget DC is a pain to find your way around on purpose to make it hard on invading troops. It sucks to drive and steal. Oh, that's really interesting. I didn't know that, Vulpes. Also, it's surprising to me that I somehow missed Washington, D.C. in my travels. But there are people here to talk to, and we should talk to them and find out what we can. Who are these people? It didn't work too well, though, did it? Oh, snap. That was an American history joke from Sal.
My twin brother Paul and I always got into trouble, but we were good.
Who's this guy? Who are you?
We didn't do nothing to anybody till we left.
Who are you?
Then we hurt a lot of people. Me, more so than Paul, because he didn't make it through.
What do you want about?
The march I was on, the bonus army. It's less a bonus and more an acknowledgement of what I've had to suffer. Civilians will never understand.
Bonus army. Yes, he is. Can I get somebody?
Tell me a happy story. Something to make the world seem kind.
People want happy stories. I gotta tell you, that is not. Also, what is this person's name? What is this person's name? I'll tell you the story of the million-colored butterflies. What is this person's name? He wants a happy story.
I like that one. There's some hope left for you too, you know. Don't give it away too quickly.
World War I. Thank you, Sal. World War I vet.
Joy? Getting your hands into the earth and helping something grow.
He doesn't look like a World War I vet.
Anyone with a bit of humanity in him. Know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
You with your everybody wants happy stories. Well, I'm gonna tell you the story of the ghost in the music hall. I got two people who like similar kind of stories, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Paul would have liked that one. Imprisonment?
It's good.
The more days I check off, the more I'm convinced that birth is an imprisonment.
Ooh, that's really interesting, Sal. 32. Uh-huh. That makes sense then.
I must eat, so I must have money. I must have money, so I must work. It's an inevitable prison. Do you know any happy stories? Hopeful ones?
All you want are happy, hopeful stories. You've got a full eye, so I'm not giving you nothing. I'm going to give you other stories. Something that I feel like maybe... Let's talk about choice and morality. Let me tell you the story of the dandy newspaper reporter who skipped out on his bill in Portland.
Huh.
Oh, yeah,
That's
yeah.
the funniest one you have?
No, I see it. Missing leg, very World War I. Yeah, yeah. I was just thinking about his pants. But if it's 30s...
I don't remember the last time I was in the position to choose. It's do this or feel pain.
Yeah.
Do this or starve.
I agree with you, Jer.
Is it really a choice if it's between suffering or not suffering? So anyway, tell me a funny story. You seem like you know a few good ones.
Dude, like, you just want things I cannot give you. Why don't I tell you a story of love? How about I tell you a story about the lighthouse? Tell me about love. Oh no! What game?
Nothing like that.
Oh, my game. I see you.
But
I see how you
I
are.
guess my experience ain't normal.
But we're being productive, Krellin. Like, and also, hey, Lysander.
Love?
Everybody.
It was a real long time ago. I pulled a ribbon on her hair, and her pigtails came undone, and she tattletaled on me.
How long ago was this?
Never really tried after that.
Okay. You're a sad sack.
Tell me a happy story.
No.
Something to make the world seem kind.
No, I don't have that many happy stories, so I'm not going to tell you that many happy stories. I'm going to tell you about... Tell me something... the future. The man who seemed all right with death? I mean, none of these things are really happy, you know? Lysander Gustav, how are you?
For a moment.
Oh.
Just a moment. I felt better about it all, too.
The man who seemed all right with death is a happy story, apparently.
The future's the issue, ain't it? great war leaves us nothing to go back to, plucking up the hope and leaving us only with the vile and the unforgiven. Here's the sun. I've got to go. I'm headed up the road this way. Will our paths cross?
Yeah.
Days come and go when the terrors return. They'll never be able to pay back what they owe me, but I'll always keep at them.
World War I sucked.
Is there something somebody owes you?
Yeah, this guy stole my whole soul. It was rude. Is your roommate Mason? Is your roommate cool, Krellin? Do I like your roommate? Do I feel good about your roommate? Oh yeah, no, he can totally be a sad sack. World War I was awful. Like, that was no fun. But I'm feeling good about where we're at. There are a bunch of new stories to collect. There's a person to talk to right there. Like, we're in a good space to get, you know, some stuff.
He leans against a fence and turns to face you as you pass him by. At his back is a bag full of bird seed. He assures you that the gawky birds perching on his body are the last remaining passenger pigeons.
My roommate is my brother, who pays me not to kill myself, so yes, you like him, and he can probably hear you. Hey, brother. Be cool. It is nice to virtually meet you. I cannot see you, so I don't know what you look like, but I'm waving hello to you. Hey, brother. Hey, he's not heavy. He's my brother. Well, he's not heavy. He's Krellin's brother. Hey, brother. I thought they were extinct.
They look extinct to you?
You're not sure those dull gray pigeons look anything like the pictures you've seen of passenger pigeons, though you can't help thinking they stare at you a little too intently.
Say, you like birds?
I'm gonna say yes, but what's the difference between a carrier pigeon and a passenger pigeon? What's the difference between the two?
They're lovely creatures. Guileless, really.
Hunted damn near to extinction, weren't you? He strokes one of his birds under the chin. You think you see drips of blood flecking the creature's dirty
breed size?
gray head.
Okay, so that's one, but like, were passenger pigeons just a breed of pigeon, or do they do cool things? Were they also carrier pigeons?
You sense it's about time you start moving on.
You be kind to the little birds now, you hear?
You hurry along the road, though the flapping of ungainly wings seems to follow you for hours.
Oh, passenger pigeons flew in flocks of millions. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. Huh. It's break time at this half-finished bridge. A bridge that Sal's players keep exploding and blowing up. Which is why they're easily hunted. The carrier pigeon is a domesticated rock pigeon, which is used to carry messages, while the passenger pigeon was a North American wild pigeon species that went extinct by 1914. This is why the foxhole's so good, because we learn all the stuff. The workers are gathered around a young man who sits on a bucket like a king. They listen raptly to his story about the woman who ground her children's bones into an insecticide that could kill anything. You realize it's the story of the mother known for her powerful secret insecticide recipe, but heavily embellished. The young man in the bucket tells it masterfully, doing all the voices as if he's told this story in this way 1,000 times before. Apparently they were tasty. Apparently. What a story. It's nothing close to what actually happened, but this version is pretty good. You'll have an easy time remembering it. What? No rodent riders? So, I'm seeing a bunch of fires down that way, but I imagine there have got to be some fires up here. Let's pick up these stories and then find out where we can find more people.
The stream is a clear, reflective
this is
shade
bad.
of blue. Unusual in this region, where bog iron colors the river's brown. Across the way, a goat with great leather wings laps up the water, its sunken red eyes fixed on your every movement.
It is the Jersey Devil, and I'm telling you, I never get happy stories, I just get Jersey Devils. I'm gonna take stock.
You now notice the unnatural absence of wildlife. No fish swim in the stream. No birds sing in the trees. The winged goat drinks with a forked tongue, only abstractly concerned with your presence.
So I could drink water or approach the goat, and I think we approach the goat because that is the unwise choice. It's the choice you make when you're already dead.
Over the hill, a scorched one-room house lies abandoned, 2 of its 4 walls in ruins. The goat rears up, front hooves curled, and stretches its wings out to their full breadth.
Here's the thing. In for a penny, in for a pound, we're going to draw closer to the Jersey Devil.
The goat opens its mouth and wails. A protracted, shrill sound, indistinguishable from the cry of a human infant. It only begins to stop when you take several steps back.
Well, the thing is, my character's already dead, so I feel like, you know, go for it.
The goat doesn't follow. Instead, it lies down inside the burnt house, surrounded by portraits of a large family, glass frames stained brown from smoke.
That's so interesting. So evocative and creepy. So remember, I am a skeleton hobo and I am already dead. And if I'm already dead, I'm making very different choices than if I'm not dead. I get it, baby. You notice a black crow sitting on a fence post, watching you with unsettling intensity. Hey, it blurts. Hey, friend, hey. You hear about trains? It gives a throaty cackle. Locomotion. That's the life. I got some good travel tips here. You know what? Let's ask about the travel. You ever ride a train? It asks. With your budget, you need to hop on at a train yard, though. Fast and convenient. But the railroad bulls really don't like it when you ride in the empty boxcars. If you get caught, you'll get beaten. It hops and pecks at something on the ground. But see, I don't think I can be not dead. I just think I'm dead. And so then lean into it. Go and look at all the weird Jersey Devils. On the positive side, maybe you'll meet someone to trade stories with. But if you don't like the sound of that, you can hitchhike. Find a friendly car, it laughs. I feel sorry for you landlubbers. No wings, just motors. You can't even cross rivers when you want to. Only at a safe crossing. Well, got a point there. You should like, it's good. I always do. You notice that its beak doesn't move as it speaks, but before you can tell anything else about it, it flies off. So here, my friend, is New York City. Would you like some hot sauce? Where's this hot sauce from? Why, it's from New York City. That ain't paste pecani sauce. I don't think there's anything I need in New York. So we're gonna get out. We're leaving. Leave. Okay, so let's see where we can find some people. Do we have people we can chat with? It looks like there's nobody in the Northeast we can chat with, but if we head out, east, I know it was clearly a tutorial that I did not get, and I was like, oh, all right. So here's what I'm thinking. We have got 3 people we can talk to in this area. And why don't we do that? Let's just do it. Let's head towards our, where is he? There. Let's head over and see if we can find our World War I vet. And maybe he will tell us something and we can work on, I don't think I remember his name though. Just, you know, I mean, I feel like we have talked to a bunch of people, but if we can help advance their stories and find out more about them, then we learn about the world, and then we get all philosophical and, you know. Oh, by the way, I'm going to be hosting Critical Role at 10 o'clock on this channel if you want to watch it with me, because we are very friendly and our chat does not move really fast. Our chat is full of friendly people who are not mean. We are heading west at the moment. Buffalo. Ooh. Let's find out one of our stories. Got advanced a little bit. Oh. Thanks, Hydrated Bot. Friendly people are not mean, and also Krellin. Krellin is nice. I don't want to ruin his reputation, though. I think I'd be ghost sleeping. You could be. After gossiping for a while about the weather and the crops and the state of the world, all bad and getting worse, he takes a different tack. You look like someone who could use a good story, he wheezes. Try this one on for size. I'm listening. After loudly and repeatedly clearing his throat, he tells you the story of the eagle who watches over travelers from the sky. Sounds a lot like the story of the hunting bald eagle, but with some parts changed and other parts added. Nice. I told Andrew Yang not to validate Ben Shapiro yesterday. I agreed with you. I don't. Ooh. Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, I'm going to give you candy. Come on to my house, I'm going to give you everything. Stenny, thank you so much for the host. Welcome in. We are playing Where the Water Tastes Like Wine, although we chatted about RPGs for the first hour and a half. And then, you know, now we're playing the game. Also, Krellin was correct, though. Krellin was correct. There is no reason to validate Ben Shapiro. And somebody was like, oh, so stupid. So Andrew Yang was going to be on Andrew Shapiro's show or whatever, was going to debate him or something. I don't know. Which is never a good idea because Ben Shapiro doesn't play fair. Like, you don't go on his whatever. Anyway, and then Krellin was like, don't do that. don't go and debate him because you're just validating him, and like, don't do it. And people were like, oh, I can't believe you, Krellin. You're the worst. You clearly don't care about like talking to people who are different from you. Like, there's no, like, you just want to be in an echo chamber. You da-da-da-da. And it's like, look, there are people that you can talk to who don't agree with you, but Ben Shapiro is a hack and has no, like, he's not, there are some people that there's no point talking to them. You can avoid talking to like people who are the worst while still wanting to engage in good discussion, but Ben Shapiro does not engage in good faith discussion. So there's no point in that. There's no point in that. Whatever. Anyway, Krellin, you were right, and the people on the internet were wrong. I'm just telling you, there were wrong people on the internet. That's all. When he grins up at you at the conclusion of the tale, you give him the effusive praise he's apparently expecting. You'll have to remember that version, even if it's not quite what happened. It's a good story. Yeah, right? Thank you. I don't have to know who you talk about, no TV here. No, Ben Shapiro was an undergraduate when I was a graduate student at UCLA, and he was irritating and stupid when he was an undergraduate. Yeah, no, it was terrible. And the thing is, when he was an undergraduate, he was one of those undergraduates who thought he knew everything, but he did not, and was just a provocateur. He was just not, he was not anything. And he was never anything. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if we have enough for this. I didn't get ratioed. Oh, that's good. Good for you. I don't know if I have enough stories for this guy, but let's see. I know he likes happy stories, but I don't know what else he likes because...
First, Mom and Pa wanted me and Paul on the front lines. They wanted someone to be proud of, and I did as they asked. Then the government wanted me to take an IOU, and I did.
Oh, awkward.
When there were no more jobs, I, along with thousands of others like me, went and asked Hoover to pay up.
I also blocked a dozen people or so yesterday. Yes, so it was a good day. I don't know if blocking people is mean. I don't think blocking people is mean. I think, yeah, no, because you don't need people in your space that you don't need in your space. That's all I'm saying.
General MacArthur was so scared of us, he brought in goddamn tanks to keep us from tearing apart DC. Do you know any happy stories? Hopeful ones?
You know, all you want are happy stories, my friend, and it's not like I got them. I'll tell you the story of the ducks in the hotel fountain. Like, that's what I got for you. Hotel ducks.
I liked that one. There's some hope left for you too, you know. Don't give it away too quickly. When the memories swirl, I find joy again.
If you mean physically block them, but when I think about social media, like especially Facebook, I don't think that people don't necessarily, like, if there's like, so for like, you know what, I blocked someone for the very first time in my life just like 2 days ago. I'd never blocked anybody on Twitter before. I just had never done it because I was just not, I don't know, not paying attention. And then on Facebook, there was somebody who was, there are a bunch of people who were being really gross and like saying really like gross, horrible things. And I was like, I don't need to see the things that these people say. These people are terrible and I'm not going to see them. I don't need them in my life. And I don't think it's mean to block people who are saying hurtful things. World War I vets just want some happy stories. As a guy that got on Randy Harper's block list, blocking is pretty mean. Who's Randy Harper?
Between the trenches, I catch a glimpse of Paul before he was gone. And the time before that, well, that was joy to me.
I don't know, Krellin. For all I know, people have blocked me. They might have. I don't know if they have or not. And, oh, I got blocked by someone once. So first off, if people block me, I don't know because they don't tend to tell me, so I don't know. So in that case, it doesn't really affect me. But somebody, and also oftentimes these are strangers, so like, what do I care? But somebody I knew defriended me on Facebook after a bit of a statement. Free BSD girl on Twitter, the TERF who made a Gamergate block list that Will Wheaton got in trouble for using because she put a bunch of yeah. So Margaret Thatcher died, and I posted a speech by, I can see her face. She's a minister of parliament, and she had Glenda Jackson. She'd been an actor, and she was a minister of parliament. And she gave this speech after Margaret Thatcher's death about not sort of turning her into a saint and sort of pointing out the kind of harm that she'd done to people, especially minors. So it was sort of about, you know, so she's died, but let's not forget her actual legacy. And I just sort of reposted. I just reposted, right, this sort of speech of hers because she's a British member of parliament and she was sort of speaking about the political impact of Margaret Thatcher and how it wasn't so great. And this person who I knew, like this was a person who I've known for some time. We had just gotten back in contact though. And he said to me, "It is so hateful of you to post this video of a person who died. You're hateful." And then he like defriended me on Facebook. And my response was, huh, well, I mean, you know, that happened. I just can't get enough. I just can't be exercised about it. Yeah, right? So this is what I'm trying to say. She has this actual legacy of actually doing harm to lots of people. And I just posted this thing from a person who's a member of parliament who was speaking in public. And that apparently was enough to call me hateful and get me blocked. And you know what? That is fine. It was a little weird because I didn't go on a rant on her, but you know what? Not bothered. I didn't think it was mean. I thought it was suspect, but I didn't think it was mean. Also, I think I need to get it, like, I need to find some way to, like, deal with this water bottle. That's all. I'll work on it. Yeah. Yep. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Know any good jokes? I'm not so good at telling them anymore.
I don't really have a lot of funny or happy stories, so that's not going to be really great, but maybe. Yeah, I just I don't think, and I also think there's a big difference between, I mean, this person, let's talk about the story of the aristocratic ghost doomed to mingle with hobos. That might be funny. Maybe.
Wish I could tell that one to my sister.
Good. Yeah, and also I feel like
Traps.
these are,
Felt like I was trapped.
these are like actual policies people made, right? And I think we should be able to talk about them. If you didn't want to be critiqued on your policies, maybe don't do those policies.
It's a slow process, but the memories, they leave sometimes. They leave. I don't remember every compatriot. I don't remember Pa's voice anymore.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Thank you, Krellin. Like, I just feel like, you know, we should be able to say that. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't think that just because they died, you shouldn't be able... I mean, if it's like a... Yeah. That's all.
A happy story. Something to make the world seem kind.
You want a happy story. My man, this is not always easy, but, let me see what I can do. A happy story. Oof. Yeah, he went on Ursinia, that's enough, right? Yep, and then, I mean, for me, I'm not going to forget Don't Ask, Don't Tell. I'm not going to forget that one at all. I was in the army when that happened. And, you know, that is not a thing. That is not a thing. I'll tell the story of the formula made a single plant able to feed 100 hungry people. That seems hopeful. Right? I mean...
For a moment there. Just
yes.
a moment. I felt better about it all, too. Home.
Yes.
Everything has one, or everything should. Everything deserves one. I don't really tell this to people, but, you know those little purple thistles, the prickly ones?
Yeah?
Cirsium vulgare, they're called. Common weeds, but I love the little scratchy flowers, and I feel a little disappointed yanking out their roots. They never hurt anyone.
Aw, guy.
Tell me a happy story. Something to make the world seem kind.
I don't really have a lot of those. And we already maxed out your eyeball, so I'm not going to do it. So I will tell you a story of, how about, the future, maybe? No, how about, I'm going to tell you a story of death. I'll tell you the story of the gunshot man outside the saloon. There's a big difference between pointing out that McCain opened the door for crazies in U.S. politics by inviting Palin to his ticket. Yes, Skexy, right? Those are two different things, right? I think you can say, wow, these are some of these policy decisions he's made. He's done these things, and then there's a difference between saying like he's an evil, you know what I mean? Like, come on, right? Like this is, thank you, Skexy. That's the point. Like, there's a difference between critiquing somebody's policies and their actions, and then just like being like, yeah, I don't like him because he was a POW. Like, what is that? What does that mean? I was on an email list in 2000 and talk of the election happened and some conservative came in with, you just want your man Clinton in office longer or something like that. And I had to go on a rant about the idea that Clinton was in any way our man. Yeah. I mean, Clinton is not, I am still not happy about what he did with Don't Ask, Don't Tell. That is not a thing that makes me happy. No, I was registered Republican in 2000.
Sorry.
Oh, because I wanted to vote for McCain over Bush. McCain was a different person. Yeah, it's really true. I really wondered what happened to him.
Death.
Like it was...
Well, Pa didn't talk to me after what happened to Paul. They think I should have helped him. I wasn't there. They weren't there. They won't forget him. So, you must have seen some interesting stuff on the road. Anything exciting?
I do have exciting stories, but I'm not going to tell you one of them because I have a full eyeball. And I'm going to tell you instead fortune, luck, and fate. I'm going to tell you the story about the child asking for people to dance for money. Because that's a weird story.
Huh. And that's the funniest one you have?
It's not very funny, it's just strange. I don't really know what to do with it.
Can't look to fortune anymore. Not after all that's happened. Never thought the government would control my fortune, but I suppose I was fool enough to hand it over.
Yeah.
Well, morning's come. The road takes me this way next. Wish it were taking me home.
I wonder if we can get his true form now.
The family always did like Paul more anyhow.
Ooh, awkward.
Loyalty to him is the only loyalty I don't regret.
Ouch. Is he family with the Oven Fry McCains? I don't know that. What happened is it was his turn, right? The way the Republicans work, there are turns, yeah. He was supposed to win, and then this upstart Texas governor beat him, and he would do it. Yeah, no, I think that's true. Of course, the Republican Party has been broken since 2000, and they don't actually work that way anymore. Yeah, and I don't think they've really...
Soldiers of the bonus army. They had families to go back to.
I don't think they've really adjusted.
I got my sister Jessie, and she's not letting her gimp brother home anytime soon.
So... we have done pretty good with this guy, Mason. I'm feeling pretty happy with our progress. We've spoken to a lot of people. We've advanced some stories. A long black car growls up in front of this hotel. Out steps a woman in an extravagant hat and coat, followed by a whole crowd of hangers-on. Is she a singer, an actress? You don't recognize her face, but to your surprise, you recognize the story she's telling. In a sharp transatlantic accent, she's telling everyone in her party a story about the cursed fortune teller fleeing the bargain she made some long ago. It's clearly the story of the fortune teller whose dark past stained the souls of all her clients, but changed in a few entertaining ways. Isn't that something? She asks. Her various followers agree. She pays the driver of the limousine and sweeps into the hotel like a thunderstorm of red velvet. Someone should do a picture about it, you hear her exclaim. And then I move on. Oh hey, I maxed out one of my stories. We are going this way. We are, we've only played the game for about an hour, but I feel like we've been very productive nonetheless. In the short, but no, so it was a short time because we had some chat going on, but we were very productive, and I'm very proud of our high level of productivity. It was excellent in every way. And, I think we can probably get one more sort of chat in with people before we go. And, that's... because... ooh, hey. Let's advance the story. The farmer's loitering beside a couple of crates of berries, idly watching the clouds go by. Waiting for the pickup, he says, trying to make small talk. Hey, you want to hear a wild story? I like the chat part. I like chatting too. He starts telling you about the ring which grants wishes. Takes a couple of minutes, but suddenly you recognize it as the story of the lost ring. Whoever told it to the farmer changed, well, a lot. But it's still pretty good. Politicians and really society in general can't tell what's actually discussion and criticism versus mudslinging and slander. Yeah, and also, I think there's a problem that a lot of people don't have really good critical thinking skills. And if you don't have really good critical thinking skills, it makes it hard to, critique well. Because, speaking of which, I need to clean the inside of this cup. Of my water bottle. But I wonder, so in this new place that I'm at, I've got a dishwasher, but I haven't used it since I've moved in, and I'm a little bit nervous about dishwashers. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna tell you that I don't know what to do about that because, I don't. Yeah, you miss nuances and this is the thing I was thinking about with Twitter. Actually, I've been really frustrated with Twitter recently because people keep saying these things and they're not like nuanced. And I think there's a lot of trouble when you work with a lack of nuance. You know, like no one should ever do this, and everybody wants this, and I was like, but that's just not true. And making those arguments are not helpful. Critical thinking is only for those college-bound guys. That it's not true. Jer is being sarcastic. Jer is sort of pointing out the way that people talk. But actually, the Texas Republican Party didn't want critical thinking taught in classes because they thought it would undermine religion and the family.
Like to think of porters as some special kind of black folks.
Whoa!
I suppose that's true. I know I don't always correct them.
Whoa! Whoa! I need to shave my head, by the way. His true form is amazing. Wow. Oh, did you hear about Denmark in the news media? Run the dishwasher empty once before you use it, and remember to add salt in the compartment in the bottom, and always run it on the highest temperature. No, I haven't heard about Denmark in the news media. But I don't have any. I don't have any soap for a dishwasher. I should get some, right? Because I don't currently have any. And then I'll see if it actually works. But I should run it empty once before you use it. And remember to add salt in the compartment in the bottom. Okay, so what you're saying I should do is I should test my dishwasher by running it empty, but with salt in the compartment. Yeah, those are all the masks he wears as a friendly conductor. That's pretty intense. This is our Pullman porter. He works in the train cars, being very kind to all of the white passengers.
But we ain't special. Not really. No matter where I go in this country, I'm a black man before anything else. That was true before I put on this uniform, and it's going to be true long after I'm buried in it.
And the Pullman porters were one of the few places for black people to actually get decent jobs in the 30s.
Anyway, I'm in the mood for a good happy story. You got any?
Everybody wants happy stories, my friends. I do, actually. I have happy stories, I can tell you. I'll tell you the story of the millions of colorful butterflies, because I like that one. I think it's really nice.
A positive attitude. That's what I like to hear.
I wonder if I can max him out and we can knock off one more person off of our list for today.
I had a moment of joy the other day when I met a porter by the name of Oscar Michelle. Brother showed me some of those moving pictures they got now.
Oh, I know him.
He's been working on some of his own, too.
Oscar Michaud is a black filmmaker who did silent films way back in the day. So one of the politicians had her 4-month-old baby with her to work, and the head of parliament, pissed dumb as straw and racist, went ape and threw out. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pick up little packs of dishwater soap, but I should probably just run it once with just the salt empty, right? That's to get it. Ice Bunny gives me advice.
Glad to know they ain't just for white folks.
Yeah, that guy, he was like a really important sort of black filmmaker in the early days.
Stories with a bit of excitement to them?
I do have exciting stories, but I don't always know what counts as an exciting story. So I'm going to tell you about the story of Shaw's life and times.
Whew, that's a wild one, all right.
Thank you. I think we might max him out.
Well, delivering the news is how we shape our own stories. Telling tales is one thing, but putting them on paper makes it all the more real. You got any stories with a bit of excitement to them?
It's hard to know which stories are exciting and which ones aren't. You know, people have different feelings about that. So I'm going to just tell you a story of a person. I'm going to tell you the story of August, our Navy guy. Because that...
Didn't I hear that story
guarantee.
on the radio? You told it better, though.
Thank you.
I think about the past a lot. Some days I think if I told my great-grandfather my life story, I'm sure he wouldn't believe his ears.
Probably. I bet your great-grandfather was probably enslaved.
But other days, I look around and things don't feel all that different after all.
Ooh.
Change is fast and slow all at once.
Change is fast and slow all at once.
You got any stories with a bit of excitement to them?
You know, I'm going to tell you the story of Rose's search. Because we're using all of our people.
That's a wild one, all right.
Ah, we're almost maxed out.
When I say the future's in the hands of porters like me, I mean it. Pullman porters help not quite rich and not quite poor white folks feel fancy for a change. But now, that's making us a bunch of not quite rich and not quite poor black folks.
This is true.
Curious to see what comes of that.
Unions?
Have any optimistic tales? I'd like to hear one of those.
Oh, actually, I think I have one. If I have the one about the plants. Yeah. The formula that made a plant feed 100 hungry people. That's a good one. Salt. I've got salt.
Just like I told you, friend. Miles
Yes.
is miles.
Yes.
Home is changing. Black folks used to be all down in the country, but that was no home.
Talking about the Great Migration, my friends. Pia, but my typos was fitting. She was the head of the Danish folk party, and they're like one more step to the right. Ugh, are Nazis. Oof.
Now we're all moving around, mostly up north.
In Holland,
It's gonna be even better.
not really. I mean, it'll be better in some ways, but not in others. Holland just had like a bunch of right-wing people in their election, winning their election.
Maybe moving is all that you can hope for when you don't have a place to go. Seeing yourself as just one part of a whole people can make you feel real small. I believe some black folks become porters to try to get above all that. But they just end up feeling small in a different type of way.
That's deep.
I think of all I am in all the masks I wear. Franklin, black man, Pullman porter, railroad man, union man, and how none tell the whole story. So why try?
But do you know your own story?
It's freeing to know you mean more than what other folks think.
Yeah.
So what about you, friend? Who are you, completely?
That is a lot of masks. You know, I think it's really interesting because it's important to know that you mean more than what other people might think of you. Who lives and who dies and who tells your story? Oh, wait. I know that. Who lives and who dies and who tells your story? What song is that from? Oh, I know that song. Hamilton. Thank you, Krellin. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. We completed Franklin, everyone. Wow. That was also, it seems like is that a person on our map? I do have feels about Hamilton. It's like the music is good, the performers are good. I'm not saying that they are not talented people. More thoughts than feels. I'm not that invested in it that I, I'm not so invested that I'm gonna die. I have thoughts about it. It's quality. It is quality. It is very entertaining. And I will certainly say I will not lie about that. It is certainly entertaining. So here's the thing, everybody. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad show, right? Like, that is a thing. I am not saying it's a bad show. I think it is a good show. I just think that there are some problems with it. But I think it's still a good show, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's all. I mean, there are shows that I think are not good that I'm like, and I thank you for them because I didn't even notice women didn't rap. Yeah, right? Yes. But there's a whole thing about rapping as masculine and singing as feminine that the show doesn't actually really challenge at all. And when men are singing, they're often, you know, it's like the King of England sings and we're not supposed to like him and he's sort of seen as sort of foppish. And the same thing with what's his face, you know. So I'm just saying, you know what I mean? That there's like, there's some stuff. Hey, I have, by the way, I have met all of the people and there are 16 stories and we have completed 3. I think we've completed 4. And we completed 4. Spinderella isn't feminine. Spinderella, send it up one time. Boomin'. See, the thing is, it's about the ways in which rapping is not considered feminine. And so when women rap, they have to decide how they're going to, and it's sexist, right? They have to decide how they're going to interface with the form. And you tend to have women who go sort of like maybe tomboy or girl next door kind of a thing, or they go hypersexual to sort of try to counteract the stereotype. It's bogus, do you know what I mean? Like it's just sexist and bogus, but it's something that people have to then, if you're a woman and you're a rapper, you have to sort of figure out how you're going to deal with it. How are you going to try to maneuver around that particular kind of sexism? I want to point out though, even though we've only completed 4 of the 16 stories, we have a number of them that are on chapter 3. So I think that we're actually in a really good, it doesn't feel like we're that far along, but I think we actually are. I'm trying to remember, isn't there that one song where Eliza raps, the one about how they were introduced? I think she does a little bit, right? I think she does have one. Helpless or satisfied? Yes. I think she does. I think she has a little bit right there. She gets a little bit of like a token rap moment, I believe. Yeah, but they don't really get to do a lot of, like, that's not their mode. Like, their modes are like primarily singers first. Ooh, pardon me. So yeah, they're not rappers. The Schuyler sisters. Yeah, Never Be Satisfied. Yeah, so like they're hired to be singers. Yeah. Kind of bogus. By the way, we're done with the game for today, but we did a really good job. And I think that, I know it doesn't look like it, but I think we're close to finishing the game. I mean, we've got some more sessions, especially how we go. Here, let's hang out here. But I think that it won't, like once we find the people, I don't think it'll take us, where are we? Hold on. You know what? I don't even know where we are right now. I think what we should do is talk to some people though. Let's wander over here and find that person and talk to them before we end the game. So we'll just chat a little bit longer and head east. And, you know, I feel like we head east, we get ourselves set up. I think rapping is hard when you... Oh no, it's totally not hard. It's just a skill that you have to practice. Yeah, this is correct, Krellin. I think rapping's hard when you don't know what you're gonna say. Yeah. These men leaning against the wall of this hardware store, smoking and chatting. They wave you over. You heard this one before? They launch into a group recitation of the ghosts who murdered the Cincinnati Symphony Orchestra, interrupting one another in their excitement to tell it. Wait a second. You recognize this story. It's a story about the mischievous ghost of Cincinnati Music Hall. Someone who's added to it in the meantime, which means the story's no longer going to be funny. What do you think? Asked one of the men, eyes bright. You think it really happened? Of course. I'm not sure myself, he says. But damn, it sounds wild. I just want you to know that I'm a little frustrated that one of my few happy stories is now turned into like a massacre. Let's head to Philadelphia. I mean, that can't go bad. Oh, that is a really good question. I hop off the boxcar and successfully sneak my way out of the train yard without catching any unwanted attention. Okay. And look, there's a person that we want to talk to. So we are perfect space. You spend a while in the cool shade at the gas station. You notice 3 kids sitting beside their family car, while their parents argue loudly with the cashier inside. The children seem embarrassed. You see the oldest brother lean over and distract his siblings with a story. He starts telling them a story about the negligent parents who fling their dead children onto trains to hide the bodies. You realize almost instantly that he's telling a new version of the tale of the small corpse on a coal train, but with new, exciting, over-the-top details. When the parents come stomping furiously out of the gas station, you make yourself scarce, missing the end of the story of the ending of the boy's new story. But the part you heard is definitely easy to remember. You'll stick with it for a while. Helpless or Satisfied is also somewhat of a song playing to the animus too, yes. So masculine to, yes, exactly, 100%, 100%. Oh, I should, Lysander, put the name somewhere. I usually remember the melody after hearing it 10 in a row, but the rap parts don't stick in my brain the same way. Depends on the rap. Some raps are very memorable. All right, so here's the thing. We're in a good spot. We're gonna talk to this person. Fireside chats. We do this, and I think we'll like finish up this person maybe, head out to those fires over there, and that's gonna be good. Let me go over here. Woo! Hey everybody. Hi, I am Trooper SJP, and this is the Academic Foxhole, and I want to thank you all for being here today as we spent some time chatting about RPGs, which will happen, and music, and then playing about an hour of Where the Water Tastes Like Wine and being really productive, as a matter of fact, like really productive. I do have to try hard for happy stories. It is hard. This is not a happy game. So what's next in my life? In an hour-ish, 50 minutes, I will be hosting Critical Role on my channel. So if you want to watch Critical Role with us, the Academic Foxhole, the Battle Buddies, join us here. I'll be hosting. The next time you can see me will be Saturday at noon on my channel to play Horizon Zero Dawn. And then 6 p.m. at Geek Space TV to... I think I might have to update something on my calendar. 6 p.m. to watch Night Witches, the second to last episode on Geek Space TV. And then 1 o'clock on Sunday, I will be playing Sunday Funday Dungeons & Dragons at Little Red Dot's channel. That's little_red_dot. Those are the things that I've got going on this week. So, tattoos. I think I might need some. What do I have on my arm? Oh, this one? I have the Eye of Horus, is this tattoo, but it's also my own eye, because my eye's eyebrow, I brushed it down, or I kind of did that, hold on. No, backwards. My eyebrow's changed a little bit, but my eyebrow sort of goes up. It's like a little thing that it does, and so that eyebrow also does that funny thing that my eyebrow does. And so that is that tattoo. And then I've got that tattoo here, which is just sort of impressionistic. It's movement, like there. Whoop, there you go, right? It's sort of like a movement. And then I also have a tattoo on my rib cage, which I don't know if I'm allowed to show you because of TOS. I don't have female presenting nipples, so I might be able to show you. I don't know. Anyway, I have another tattoo on my ribcage, but I need a new tattoo. I think I'm going to get one here, maybe? I'll get like a shoulder tattoo. I don't know. I've got to think about it. But I am going to eat a nectarine and get ready for stream in an hour. Maybe do some email or something. I will see you all. Oh, you know what we can do? You know what I'm feeling? I'm feeling like we should raid someone. Let's raid somebody, because I think that is nice. We haven't raided anyone in a really long time. This is our raid command. So if you have a pipe, you can use it. Whoop. Nipples are no-go on Twitch no matter... It's on my side. I just have to make sure that if I showed you my tattoo, which is on my side, that you did not see any nipples, because that would be terrible. You know, none of that. So let's see, who would be fun to raid right now? Let's see. Pick a live channel to raid or host. Who is live right now that I know? What is happening? Hosting you, auto host. Well, for heaven's sakes. Painter's tape. Well, that could do it. What I want to know, I just feel like this thing is not doing its thing. What is this? No. Raid and host. This is not exciting at all. All right, this is what I'll do. I will go to channel, right? And then see. So Bonsai's up. Oh, hey, let's do Bonsai because Bonsai's awesome. So let's raid Bonsai Baby. That's what we're gonna do. We are going to raid Bonsai Baby because Bonsai is super awesome. Bonsai Baby. We're gonna raid Bonsai Baby because she's super awesome. So everybody, I want to thank you for being here. You're all wonderful, and I appreciate you all supporting me and helping me, you know, start an RPG streaming empire. Let's go raid Bonsai Baby, and I will see you in about an hour or so. Take care, everybody. I will catch you on the flip side.